I respect that too, Mikey, for doing that, yo. Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, we already started. Behind the Boards. This is Behind the Boards episode 13. Yeah, 13. Yeah, I got Mikey D in the building. And I got super lover Cee and Cassanova Rud in the building. Like, wow, do the jam.
Love and Light.
One of the biggest records.
What's up?
Yeah, but I got, you know what I mean, my brother's in here. We're already talking, you know what I mean? I'm like, these guys are talking so much important stuff, and I had to get it now, you know what I mean? Like you said, to start recording. You know what I mean? This is really dope. I mean, I know Mike since I was like 17 years old. Like that's the first like person I ever met in my life as a hip hop person.
Still a little whippersnapper.
I've known Mike since I've been 17 too. That's the funny shit.
Yeah. But we were 17 together, bro.
Yeah. He was probably like 20 when I was there. Like, he came.
So Mike,
he came. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, you remember that battle back at the Louis Armstrong Center?
Which one? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Was I there?
You guys already started off. Go ahead.
Yo, who won? Now I'm just
So look,
I don't know about that.
Nah, so basically, we kind of we came up to the Louis Armstrong Center. Mikey D was in there killing it, had the whole crowd, everybody. I'm like, oh my. Mikey D was like, look, I'll take on anybody in the building, anybody. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Look, we was definitely out of our territory though. And I was with a small group of guys, man, and they always like, nah, you should get up there. You should get up there. I got up, and I started doing my thing, but somebody sabotaged and pulled the plug on it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody pulled the plug out of the mic jack out.
It wasn't me.
That? I know it wasn't you. It definitely wasn't you. You brought back memories, man. God damn. Yeah, that's way back, man. That's way
back.
You guys are all from Queens, right? You guys.
Right?
I lived in 3 parts of Queens. I lived in Astoria, I lived in Canberra Heights, and I lived in Lawton.
Oh,
right. That's right. Yeah, and I lived in Astoria, and I lived in Rochdale Village for a while.
And I lived in Rochdale. That's funny too. I did live in Rochdale for a little bit. Fucking with LL Cool J, one of LL Cool J's ladies back in the day.
Yeah, I lived in Rochdale for a minute, in Lawton.
Yeah, I mean, even going back, one thing about y'all three together is y'all worked with Posse in the studio. I mean, this is not a Posse interview. This is y'all interview, but you guys ever see each other when y'all was in the studio with to see Posse, or?
I seen Mikey a few times. I seen him because we always used to have times to record. I used to be there just learning stuff, even when there was no sessions going on. So it could have been a possibility. I might have knew Mikey before we even really introduced each other to each other. Because
I don't remember seeing Mikey D there, but I know that Paul talked about Mikey D a lot. That was for sure. And of course, Rud used to go to the studio more than I did. You know what I mean? And when I met Mikey D, that's what I said. When I first met Mikey D and knew who Mikey D was, that was at the Louis Armstrong Center.
Right. Yeah, I used to, when Eddie OJ and Will Seville, the Clientele Brothers, they introduced me to Paul when he was recording out of his garage in Rosedale. And this is right before he got with Mick and opened up shop in 1212. So when 1212 opened up, Paul used to kind of sneak me and Quest in on the late night tip, you know what I mean? So we didn't have to pay that money. And that's how we got our work done, because we was night owls anyway. So I remember going home on the Q5, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and Nana being like, where the hell was you all night in the studio? Doing what?
Yo, that's great. Yo, matter of fact, Mike, Posse did all your production, or you and Quest helped him with it?
Yeah, well, at that time, each one of us specialized in our own craft. So I rapped, and that's all. Johnny Quest DJ, that was it. And Paul produced and engineered. So everything that we rapped on, he produced at that time, yeah.
The same thing with you guys?
Well,
we did a lot of our production, and took some stuff. Now, Paul did definitely produce some tracks on the album, but we did a lot of our own stuff at home, and then took it into the studio.
Yep. Because we was doing rap contests before we was even going really to the studio. Me and Soup wasn't even down with each other at some point because we was doing rap contests at USA roller skating rink.
USA roller skating rink.
I hear a lot about that place, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a little small 8-bit sampler, a little cheapy one though, a little keyboard sampler. Remember when I did that track, I'm Bad?
Yeah.
I'm Bad
that
track?
shit, bro. That shit, I was tight. That shit made me go to the studio to do Outstanding. You know, from the Gap Band. That was my first shit out, and I brought that back to the hood. I became a ghetto celebrity. I was a hood celeb after that shit.
Right. So Super Lover C did an I'm Bad before LL Cool J, by the way, y'all. So I did a track called I'm Bad, and that's how I ended up getting notoriety in USA roller skating rink.
And what the funniest thing is that there was DNA was there at the main contest. There were contests going on for weeks, but the main final contest, me and Soup was against each other. Master Ace was in it. I think
Master Ace won that one, didn't he?
He won that one.
The people that won the contest were going to get signed to Juice Crew, and that's what happened. Ace won and got signed to the Juice Crew.
So just to take it back a little further, guys, what ended up happening at that contest was done. I think it was done biannually. So basically, I think he did a spring and then he did a fall competition. I was in that competition 3 times with Jerry Waterman, right? That was a guy who ran the USA skating ring. They were actually a chain business, chain company. Yeah, they were branched out. So basically, the first time I entered, I came in 3rd place. Second time came in 2nd place. Went back, came in 1st place, and then that's when actually I did that tour with DJ Scratch. Remember that, Rud?
Yeah, you went on tour with Scratch. I remember Scratch DJing at USA roller skating rink. He did a show
exactly,
scratching with his ass cheeks and spinning back with fucking pulled out his pants, turned around, had his ass out, and said jigga 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 with one of his left ass cheeks, pulse. And then you spin back with canes too, with old people canes. Shit was
canes,
the illest. Yo,
Scratch
my bad.
Was crazy. So that's how that.
Shout out to Grandmaster Scratch.
I
know, right? And Clark Kent brought him in, by the way. Scratch in. So basically, so I was in that competition three separate times.
I won one of them. I won one of the side competitions. Don't forget that, Soup. I did win one myself in the contest.
What, the DJ?
Nah, the spitting shit. You don't remember me winning one weekend?
It's possible. I don't know.
With the Who Do You Love shit?
Oh yeah, that Who Do You Love shit was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Right, see, I still don't get no credit to this day. See what I'm saying?
Nah, we still give you credit, man. We love you, bro. You know what time it is, bro.
That's probably why I leaned towards the DJing, and then I went straight to production after that because I had a love for that more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, Mike.
So,
what you saying?
So that's how it went down. And then what actually happened was a lot of those cats that was in that competition, they did a grand finale. When they did the grand finale, that's when they had the Juice Crew opportunity was there, you know. And that's how that went down, man. And I didn't win the competition. I actually came in 2nd place. It was a toss-up. And DNA was actually one of, and we'll let DNA tell it, he wasn't one of the judges. He said it was Half Pint and Hank Love. So he was just on the side, basically, because, you know, they were from the radio station or whatever. But DNA came to me after the whole competition was over. It says, look, you didn't win, but I'd still like to give you an opportunity. If you want to do business, here's my card. And that's how we ended up getting with DNA. You know what I mean? So that was right. I mean, literally the same day that competition ended was the day that I got the opportunity with DNA.
And people don't realize the songs me and Soup came out with, Duda James and Super Cassanova, the first 2 joints. We had separate samples because we was producing, doing our own thing too. I had the Blues and Pants sample. And I'm the one that had the dirty copy of Impeach the President. And Soup had a sample for You Said a Bad Word that I wanted to use, and we used that for Super Cassanova. So instead of us using it for battling in USA, we got down, created the group Super Lover Cee, Cassanova Rud, and we used it together. Put those 2 songs out together.
Nice.
That's right.
We traded the samples. That's the crazy
the samples.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because somebody was asking me about the Impeach the President. It's like, yo, so you wrote that track to impeach the president? Well, no, I didn't write the track to impeach the president. I didn't write Do the James to impeach the president. I wrote Do the James to Blues and Pants. And if you listen to Blues and Pants with the guitar, there's also a drum track behind it.
Oh, okay.
And I sampled Blues and Pants. And I talked about the pause, stop, go back, catch it, pause, stop. I must have did that for about 3 or 4 hours. Had about 5 minutes on my tape.
But I had the Blues and Pants record, so Soup had to trade something off. I like the Who.
Yeah, we traded. We should trade our records, right? So, so that's what ended up happening. So I wrote it to that. So here's another fact, right? A fun fact. Girls That Got 'Em Locked in some of those tracks was literally written for Do the James. It was just some of the shit that made the cutting floor. It didn't fit right with Do the James. Like it, but put that to the side. I end up using it later for some of the other tracks. So a lot of stuff. So that first song, Do the James, is probably some of the tracks that the vocals that were written. A lot of that stuff ended up in Girls That Got 'Em Locked.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Soup used to write right in the studio too and shit. I never seen him write nothing down in the pad ever, yo. Not even once. I ain't never seen him pick up a pen.
The one that Posse produced, I Got a Good Thing. Yeah, that was written. We wrote none of that stuff in right there, man, sitting there. Tripping.
Soup was writing shit right when Biz Markie was recording shit in the studio. When he was doing You Got What I Need and A Friend and all of that shit.
We were sitting outside.
Soup in where we used to play ping pong at outside in the hallway. He's sitting outside
writing lyrics.
Facts. We used to come. I used to try to rush Biz out. I said, Biz, your Biz, yo. He said, yo, Rud, how this sound? I said, son, hurry up, bro. We got a session next.
Yeah, we was out there for hours waiting for Biz to finish up.
We rushing Biz out, yo. And we had, it's funny that when we came up with a lot of these dudes, when we performed too, it's like we all met each other in the studio already. So it's like already a one big ass family and shit a lot of times. Mm-hmm.
So Mike, you were saying something? Were you saying you were about to say something?
Nah, I was going to talk about the well, first I was going to talk about Paul, about like a lot of people think Paul was just a producer, not knowing that everybody that Paul worked with, he didn't produce. He might have engineered because he was an ill engineer.
Yo, he made that James
the illest
sound crazy.
Yeah.
Bang,
So
dude.
Pan left, pan right, compress that bitch, put gates on that shit, put a limiter. Yo, Rud, put a limiter on that shit, raise up the bottom so you can hear the bottoms a little bit. Smash it.
I hear that in mad house parties and shit. They do the James all over the place. Yo, parties all over. Bang. Boom, boom,
right.
boom, boom, boom.
Yo,
just like yo, 1, 2.
The other thing I was gonna say was about USA roller. Roller skating rink. I remember they was having some contest there. Remember the girls that I did that record No Show with, Symbolic 3?
Symbolic 3, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. I remember them.
They was in one of those contests, right? I wasn't in it. I was just in the crowd as support. You know how ill it is when you are supporting a group and then one of the competition says one of your rhymes? Like a dude got up there and was spitting my rhymes against my people. Man, I couldn't believe it, man. That's my works of everything in the world.
Wow.
And it's nothing you can do. You can't prove it. You probably had no recordings to prove that you wrote it. And probably
Yo. You had to behave though, man. But that was crazy. And then another time at roller skating, USA, MC Shan was supposed to battle KRS-One there. Tila Rock was there. I was on the undercard performing with Stetsasonic, and Coogee Rap was in the audience or whatever. Shan didn't show up that night, and I remember talking my shit. I'll battle him. So we wound up, because KRS-One showed up. You know what I mean? We didn't battle that night, but that night is when I met Tila Rock, and he was over there, posing fly over there where you get your skates from, and I hit him with your drawers. Remember, Tila Rock did It's Yours, and I did your drawers right there. Like, I wanted to battle somebody that night, but yeah, USA, that was a fun time, man.
It was, man. It was.
Eric B and Rakim used to come through there, especially definitely Eric B. Definitely.
When Karis One came and did the Bridges Over, that was crazy, man.
Billie Jean was popping around that time, yo.
That's crazy to say that because they say Latin Quarters and all these other spots, and you guys saying USA Radio. Yo, that's crazy.
Well, that's what we came up. Yeah.
Well, because Latin Quarters was after the fact. USA Skating Ring was where it was at when we first got into the game. But Latin Quarters was after the fact. Yeah, that's actually.
What was the Fever? Fever same time or?
Nah, Fever was way before us too, but it was a different culture because the Bronx had a different type of hip hop music. Queens, our shit was jams in the park type. We spinning it back.
Right.
We spinning shit back. They was doing a lot of drum machine shit. You know what I'm saying? And they came from the early vein of hip hop with incorporating live instruments and shit, bass plays and shit like that. But we was jams in the park spinning back shit. You know what I'm saying? So Queens was a different culture. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn was on the map, but they was catching up with everybody. And when you really think about it, Brooklyn is the beginning of hip hop because Grandmaster Flowers, the king of the disco blends, was the one that actually was the first one to implement the spinning back technique and with the turntables and all of that shit. And Grandmaster Flash and the later ones came and picked that up from him. But you gotta keep in mind Bronx and Queens were totally two different cultures, bro.
Right.
Crazy. That's crazy. I heard there's somebody that's saying that it's possibility that the park stuff could have started in Jamaica, Queens area. But I don't know. I'm out here, you know what I mean? Before I even got to the Bronx, before Kool Herc and all that. But you know what I mean? That's what I heard. But you guys know, you guys is from the actual area.
They used to bring it out to Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because it was battling going on, so people used to bring their debts to wherever they was at. You know what I'm saying? So everything came together at the same time, and just like
that's when they used to battle for equipment. Remember?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Sound system or the loudest sound system.
That was crazy. Yeah.
If you think about it, back in the days, if they talk about it, Disco Twins, DJ Hollywood, DJ Smalls. You know what I'm saying? All of them. Yeah, so that's Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Disco Brothers, yeah. There's a few
Disco Brothers. So the people holding it down, DJ wise, was Queens. It was to me personally. But her, of course, that's the seed of hip hop.
Right.
That's definitely crazy. Yo, Mike, let's talk about the New World Seminar for a minute, yo. You guys there with Mike when he battled Melly Mel? You guys saw it? He wasn't there?
Nah, I heard about it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, heard about it. Wasn't there.
Yeah. Man, we gotta recap this again.
You can do a quick little skip. Make it a long story short.
What did they say? What had happened was, and you know what's crazy? This morning, I just saw a Vlad interview with Grandmaster Caz talking about the seminar. And what Grandmaster Caz said was, when me and Melly Mel battled, it was supposed to be whose rhyme was better than the other one. Okay, with all due respect, Caz, this was the battle for world supremacy. I am not trying to see if my rhymes are better than yours. If I got a bigger gun, I'm going to shoot first. So that's what happened. Kumo D is the person that inspired me to do the battle rap type of thing. So I learned from him and Busy B. All right, so I attacked first, and that's why that happened. But what happened was, they entered. Sleeping Bag had entered me into the seminar because they signed me because Mantronics got me signed because of my battle rap reputation. So the first person that I had to battle was Mr. X, another brother from Queens, just to get into that was the preliminary battle. I had to beat him first to be in the actual battle the next day. So I did that. And then what it was I had to battle about maybe 10, 11 different rappers all the way to the last two, which was me and Bango. And whoever won that won the belt. So I won that. I won the belt. Now, mind you, Melly Mel had won the year prior to me winning. So what the story is from their defense is Melly Mel never got a chance to defend his title. So he wanted to battle me for my belt. But in all actuality, it was supposed to be a demonstration with this year's rapper rapping with last year's rapper. Melly Mel turned that shit into a battle. Excuse me. Kaz turned it into a battle because he took both of the belts and was like, winner takes both. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. Melly Mel started doing push-ups, flexing on stage. You know, he was like a real bully. It was like a real David and Goliath type thing.
And of course, you know, he got the crowd and shit already too. You already know
right.
that.
So I had to go in my bag and get on my 231 Park Mikey D and get him first. So I started rhyming while he was doing push-ups and I started dissing him. You know what I'm saying? So I got the crowd on my side by doing that. And then when he got up and it was his turn, he's just rhyming, but he did throw a jab because he said something about having my girls, having his cum all over my girl's breath. I remember that. So he did try to fight back. After that, my second round, I just destroyed him. The crowd was hands down. I clearly won. But it was too late because Kaz was walking off with both belts and Melly Mel, you know, walking around like this. And I'm like 120 pounds with weights in my pocket, you know. And it was only me and Johnny Quest there. We didn't have no backup, no boom bash, no LA Posse, nobody. It was just us. So that's what happened. But it's all love now. I still won, though.
As long as you know, that's all that matters, bro. Because you don't need validation from nobody, my G.
Yeah, that's a fact. And well, they wound up, Tom Silverman wound up getting another belt. And like 2 or 3 weeks later, I wound up getting a brand new belt anyway. So
I remember that belt.
That was all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a dope-ass story, man.
No, that's what people don't know. He just explained it right there. So I know people who told me they were there and saw it. I just wish they had that shit on video. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Yeah. It was crazy, man.
So much dope shit.
I wasn't trying to be like obnoxious and you know, overconfident, but he pushed me up against the corner. And you got to think about it like this too. Number one, that's when when Queens in the Bronx was going at it. Number two, I was a young boy battling a legend, so it was like new school versus old school. Then I was a pretty motherfucker. So I had 3 strikes against me, man. You know what I mean?
That shit
so
sound familiar.
All out. and there you have it, the original Pretty Thug.
All right.
That's definitely dope. Yo, Super Lover, man. They a lot of people tell me that when you came out with your joints, your whole style was a whole different style nobody's heard before. The way you was rhyming on the beats and shit, like the way you wrote them, you like brought a whole new, different dimension to the hip hop and shit. I mean, that was your intentions when you did it, or that just was your natural?
No, that was definitely my intentions. You know, I wanted my cadence to be totally different. Reason being is that, you know, the only way to shine is you got to stick out from the crowd. You know what I mean? And if I was doing what everybody else was doing, and you know, what I did notice that worked was when someone was different. So when Run DMC came out, KRS-One, Rakim, I mean, I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? All those different styles that made an impact, and the only way to make an impact was to be different, you know? And, you know, I didn't come up, you know, one thing about Super Lover, Cee and Cassanova Rud, and we didn't come up through, say for instance, through the jams in the parks. You know, we didn't come up through the Disco Brothers and the Disco Twins and had notoriety that way. We didn't. Our start came from USA. But in order to make it out there, you know, I said my cadence has to be totally different, man. So I looked, you know, at what everybody else was doing. I studied it and decided, yo, it's got to be different. So, you know.
And, you know, and the way we attack stuff too, you know, we weren't just doing like just music. We actually were counting bars. We was making bridges. You know what I'm saying? We were doing different dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Like you build up and bam, you hit them, then come back.
Go back and hit them again.
It's like it's an emotional attachment with music. So we were already scientifically trying to like implement techniques, and me learning stuff with Paul early was a super advantage for me in the studio because I was learning how to be a producer while I was learning how to be an engineer. And when we didn't have an opportunity to record the whole album in 1212. We only recorded 3 songs in there: Do the James, Super Cassanova, and Girls I Got 'Em Locked. Later on, we did. I got a good thing, but the main 3 songs is what really crafted our sound that put us on the map. But we produced everything else because we had to go to Green Street Studios to record the rest of the album. And so we did all our production, all of our ideas, everything, and a lot of stuff that we implemented was stuff we learned from Paul. You know what I'm saying? How to record, how Soup should sound on the mic. You know, because we used to do a technique that, like, we used to slow the track down just a tad, like maybe 0.5 beats per second, and Soup would record, and then we would speed it up back to its original speed. So it would change Soup's voice just a little tinge. But I think it was based on the harmonics. It was 432 hertz we were recording. So so if people understand the science of that, it's harmonically more in tune. And that was a technique Paul told me early, and I didn't really realize it until when I went to school for engineering. So it's bugged out that most of the stuff that we do and that I do now is from stuff I learned early from Paul.
Mm-hmm. And the way I wrote stuff is that it had to fit in. You know, Super Lover C, and this is my perception. Super Lover C basically was like another instrument. You know what I'm saying? So the way that I did it, it just had the flow. Once that flow was there, you know what I mean, it fit right into the music. I had a lot of producers come up and say, man, I got something that's going to be dope for you. You don't really know what's going to be dope for Soup because the way my cadence was, man, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It had to flow a certain way. So it wasn't really very easy for a producer to produce music for me. Rud knew what it was. So Rud knew how to produce music for me. You know what I mean? The thing, you know, with Paul C was amazing though, because just watching him, and I always, you know, I remember this vividly. I'm looking at what he does, and it was just amazing at what he was doing. You know what I mean? When someone can take your idea right out of your head, put it together, and it wasn't like he was trying. He wasn't trying. He's like, oh, this is what you want? Okay, yeah, so take this sample, blah, 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 we're gonna do this, we're gonna fly this in on the hook, we're gonna such and such. Next thing you know, he's just tapping buttons and doing stuff and then engineering, okay, boom. I don't know, Rud, do you remember the time he says, look, man, nah, that don't sound good, we're gonna put you behind a tom-tom mic. I'm like, a tom-tom mic? He's like, yeah, man, believe me. He switched up the mic, and that was it.
Yeah.
So
he even had Soup record some beatbox, because Soup on the low is an ill human beatbox dude too. A lot of people don't realize he was ill doing that shit. He could have took out Buff and Dougie Fresh and all of that at one point too. So a lot of times, yeah, but to me you was, my G. And he had certain things. Soup did that too. We even recorded Soup doing that a couple of times. Paul even played like cymbals and hi-hats and shit in the background for us and played some guitar. So we had a lot of live elements involved too. And there wasn't just a lot of sampling.
Yo, that's funny. He did the same thing on Bust Around, Mike. Had me go, boom, then, and that was it. And then he put it all together and played it in 12, like, And then on I Grow Up, that was Rozell's voice, the bass line. Like,
I was in the studio with Rozell when he did a lot of that shit.
When he did it?
Yeah, I used to be in there when watching, you know, the sessions with Rozell, definitely. Word.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. I remember you did say that, Rozell, because I remember when I had met Rozell, my man JS1 was like, just go tell him you know Mikey D. And I said, and he all of a sudden paid attention to me. Oh, Mikey D, yeah, like, yeah. Like,
now, Rozell, my man. Matter of fact, Rozell's second record was with me because Rozell used to rap first. He was with a group called Ever Loving 5, and they had a joint out called To The Max when we were in Springfield High School. And then when I got with Paul, and Paul was in 1212, and we got with Public Records, we did a record together called Dawn, where Rozell was doing the human beatbox on that joint. So, yeah.
That was a bad boy, Rozell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, nice. He's probably the best that did it, yo. He's probably the one of the best that ever did it, to be honest.
Yeah, Rozell was a bad boy with that.
We interviewed Cool Rock Ski in a different episode, and was telling me you should get the Fat Boy to get him and go do some shit, because you know people would like to go see that shit. You know what I mean? Especially these when he's doing these tours where they're bringing all the groups back and shit. That would be perfect. You know what I mean? Because
that would be super organic. That should.
It'd be hard to get that Buffy beatness, but I think Rozell could do it. You know what I mean? Because
Buffy, he could do it. He could pull that off.
Buffy's big as hell. You know what I mean? So like, so. Definitely, you know what I mean? You know, shout out to Rozell, man. I'm trying to
make that happen, Stress. Make that happen.
I already talked to Kuroski. He's already over. He's like, yo. And I hit up Rozell. I don't know if he changed his number. Mike knows him. Mike. I mean, I know him. But
yeah, Cool Rock ain't no Fat Boy no more. Cool Rock.
Yeah. He actually. He doesn't even live in New York no more. He lives somewhere else. He's at Seattle.
He's on the West Coast. See, I spoke to Cool Rock Friday.
Yeah, we did
Wow.
our last episode that was closest with Cool Rock Ski and Master Ace. And Master Ace was talking about the USA, how he won. And Cool Rock Ski saying that's how they won too. That's how they got on too for winning and shit. You know what I mean? So, that was a New York thing. You get in a contest and that's how you would get on from winning and shit. That's how it was. Or?
Either that or doing battles in community centers, jams in the park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Parks,
That's, you know, in the hoods, you know what I'm saying? You make a name in your hood, and you try to battle another hood. Your name move on,
like
you know.
Mikey D, right? You go to somebody's door.
Yeah, you had to have balls, man. You couldn't be no punk ass scared. You had to go out there and do it, man.
Yeah, they go out and do it.
The funny thing with Mikey, and also the same thing, Mikey's like us. We didn't have no crew actually running with us. You know, we didn't have no like a family or nothing. Like for example, like Native Tongues that, you know, like they got Tribe Called Quest and Jungle Brothers. You know, you got leaders in the new school that, you know, Busta Rhymes down with all. I mean, everybody's down. We rising up by ourselves, trying to make a name for ourselves.
Exactly.
And sustaining it for ourselves.
Yeah,
we ain't had no help.
Mikey D and Quest and y'all two and Paul C. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You had to respect that. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember hearing a lot of features from Mikey D on other people's shit or on his shit. Or you don't hear no features on our shit. You know what I'm saying? It's us.
Yeah. Exactly.
We the identity.
Yeah. Mike, what were you saying about knocking on the door, you said?
Oh, no, that's how I met Cool G Rap. We was on one of them train rides one day. Same way I met Shan, looking for a battle. We went to Corona, and I think we met some brothers in front of a store or something like that. And I was like, who rhymes? You know, the only person I rode with was Johnny Quest and my 40 ounce. So, you know, so that helped me do a lot of talking. But anyway, they said they knew somebody, you know, that would battle me or whatever. And they took me to Cool G Rap script. He was Cool G at the time. And I remember teasing his name saying, oh, sounds like Cool J, because that's when Cool J was running with us. This was before we was making records and all of that. And sure enough, me and Cool G Rap spit right in front of his crib, his mom's crib. And that's how we first met. And he'll tell you now that I had the edge on him. I think it was like a tie, because he was dope. You know, I underestimated him, but he'll tell you that I had the edge on him, and that's what made him, you know, come back better or whatever. But exactly, that's how I met a lot of people. Shan, that's how I met him, looking for him to battle.
You went to the bridge and shit like
that? I went out there. The motherfuckers chased us out of there, though, after we came downstairs. And these dudes are so crazy. They was like, yo, y'all be safe out here. It's a couple of brothers from Jamaica, Queens out here. They looking for them. That was our cue to get out of there. It was, you know, so. But anyway, it's all love, though. But we used to just get on the train and go anywhere, man. And just, I used to talk trash, because that's what people used to be in front of stores in their ciphers and all of that. And we used to just go from hood to hood and just do whatever.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Wow.
Word.
The hip hop.
And our ride was quick. I ain't even gonna front. We didn't. It wasn't it was an easy transition for us, because we used to do our own thing in the hood, community centers, whatever. Be practicing all the time. I go record shopping, learn shit in the studio. Bang. We came in second in that contest in USA. Got down with DNA. We put us out on an independent label. The record came out. Mr. Magic played it first. It's a world premiere. Mr. Rap came out. Judah James blew the fuck up. And then it was, after that,
now, what really helped us out, though, Rud, what helped us out with that was the fact that DNA did have a radio on the DNA Hank Love radio show.
Yeah.
Right. So he played.
He helped a lot of people out.
Awesome T, the Awesome 2 played us connects, you know. So, so we were actually playing on the underground stations for a minute before Magic hit it. But when Magic hit it and it became mainstream, that was all she wrote.
And then, you know, races. And then we got most of our notoriety going out on tour, because like our shows is what really put us on. Because like we had this dancer called T Spunk, and he was incredible acrobatic, you know, gymnast type of dancer. You know, he could do backflips and splits and all of that. And, you know, we had that impact with that.
And Soup could dance too, don't get it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, so our president.
I posted it on Instagram and shit. Y'all
I wasn't no slouch on the turntable, so I had a little bit of stage stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a producer, it's kind of hard to be somebody on stage. But I had I made most of my chops DJing early in my career. So that's, I was all right with that, but I was also the crowd mover with Soup. and we had a nice presentation. So that helped us out, and people took interest in us for tours, and they had confidence with us, put us on tours with Public Enemy, Kid and Play, Rob Bass,
Salt and Pepper,
tour, NWA, Ice-T. So we got lucky, like we had a hit song at that point that we got put in with the mix with everybody. We just got lost in the sauce a little bit later on. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a lot of people didn't have confidence in us later because of the Posse thing. You know, Posse got murdered. Right around that time when we was about to do our second album, Posse got murdered, and you know, it just that was the anchor to my career.
Right, and
we came out. We came out afterwards, but you know, the game changed a lot because the money was really involved then, and a lot of people, if you wasn't doing nothing then, you know, they wouldn't invest in you. It was a different sound maybe coming out. Different people had different situations, so they wasn't going to leave a spot for you. Plus, they didn't have no confidence in you because they don't know what happened. You know, they put I don't say we were blacklisted because we did have opportunities to come back out. You know what I'm saying? But it was just hard because people didn't trust us. You know what I'm saying?
Shit is crazy.
Know that feeling, brother.
Yo, Mike, the Main Source, how did that all happen?
Well, Main Source, I had stepped away from the music thing after Posse. You know that, because at the same time that happened, we were just about to complete LA Posse album. We were in the midst of mastering it, and at the same time, I believe LL Cool J had come out with the Bigger and Deffer album, whichever one the LA Posse, whichever one the LA Posse from California. Yeah, well, I believe it was Def Jam, and Def Jam was with Columbia at the time, so they were trying to get us to drop our name. Now, come on, we was out there first. The Sleeping Bag, you know, they didn't want to go against Def Jam and all of this, so they wanted us to drop our name, so we was going through that, and then the untimely death of Paul happened. So, you know, I was like, fuck it. It was too much going on at one time. So I had bounced to, what do you call it? Miami for like 2 years, 89. I came back in 91. But long story short, my boy, Mike Beasley, his cousin is Bo Higgins, I believe is his name. He used to be married to Melba Moore, and they had a office and a label called Hush Productions. They had the studio and all of that. So we used to go hang out there. They had this grand piano downstairs where cats used to, you know, bang on the table, and I'd be rhyming. So one day I was doing that, and Jeff Red, the singer, he came down there and he heard me rhyming and all of that. He was like, yo, you ill. Yo, I got a group that's already established. They just need a rapper, this, that, and other. He said, I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'm going to give you this number. I'm going to give you this address. Make sure you go check them out. So me and Mike Beasley, we went the next day. And as soon as they opened the door and I saw it was Sir Scratch, I used to say K-Cut, but it was Scratch. And I recognized him, and he had me audition and all of that. And then he called K-Cut in Canada on the phone, and I rhymed for him, and it was off to the races. I didn't know the situation with Large Professor and all of that. So, you know, I was just like happy to get back on, you know what I mean? So that's how that happened, thanks to Jeff Red. So I went out to Canada, I recorded an album with them, but because I was away from New York, I didn't have that growl because I was in Canada. They wasn't allowing me to get my sip on. You know, I had Sir Scratch over my shoulder every day trying to force me to write. Like, I can't work like this, you know what I mean? So when we presented them with the first album, Wild Pitch was like, nah, there's no, you know, he's not aggressive, blah, blah, blah. So they sent us back. We went back to Queens. Main Source and them had a place in Brooklyn where they used to stay. And, you know, I was back in Queens. So we went to Platinum Island Studios, and that's when the fire came back, and boom, you know, so that's what happened with that.
Did they at any point try to tell you to diss Large Professor and shit? Because remember he did that song on the Tribe, said fuck them two DJs. Like, you know what I mean? I know, I'm saying, like,
well, what it was, I mean, they mentioned the situation, their side of the story at one point, but I was like, I'm not going to get involved with that because I have nothing to do with that. First of all, I'm not trying to take Large Professor's place. I'm just here to bring my flavor to what y'all already got going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to beef with somebody that already showed me respect. Why would I beef with him because y'all got beef with him and I don't even know what's really going on? Like, nah, I'm not going to do that. If we can't make this about what we're doing, then I could just go back to Queens and do something else. So that's how that was, man. I had to set boundaries and let cats know that I'm not going to get involved with a beef that has nothing to do with me, you know. So that's how that went.
And that was dope. And then you and Large Professor are good friends now. That's dope.
Yeah, no doubt. And see what's crazy, and then again, Posse comes into play because Large Professor was a young guy in the studio when Quest and I were in there late nights, and he was learning from Paul. And I remember Large Professor being there. I used to say, yo, who's this kid? Like, you know what I mean? And sure enough, it's Large Professor. Me and Large Professor laugh about it to this day. So it's crazy. Paul C, man, how, you know.
He had a big heart, yo. He bring people in, show them the ropes, help you out. Even if you ain't had a dime, just help out, clean up, you know, whatever it is. If you had a spirit, if you had a connection to the music, and he felt you, he would help you out.
There with you. That's right. He didn't mind teaching you anything, you know?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, that's crazy that for as much knowledge he knew, and he said he passed away when he was like 25 or something, you said? Usually it takes producers, engineers like, you know, they're 40, 43 to know what you're saying, like what he knew at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like to learn that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because you ever go to a studio and you guys been to studio, usually older people, you know what I mean, that been doing that shit and know they shit. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. Like for him that young.
No, you 100% right, bro.
You know what I mean?
Around a lot of people.
That, right.
And they ain't got a clue. They got certain aspects of shit but it's not all together.
Even nowadays, you couldn't take none of these new dudes and bring them to a reel-to-reel, or, you know, with something. They'll be like, what the fuck is, you know what I mean? They don't know how to cut the tape or nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like 20 years talking almost. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Like, yo.
Right.
Well,
that shit is definitely crazy. Rest in peace to Paul C, man. Definitely, man. Like, yo, you know what I mean?
Passed recently, yeah. It was just his anniversary recently too.
Right.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
Matter of fact, look, I got to do it again.
That's right.
Yo, you know I'm jealous. How you gonna put it up with one more time, yo? How can I get one of those?
Yo, this is Paul C. McCaskey. That's on Instagram. He's the one with the hoodies. So
who runs that Instagram?
The movie people.
Oh, the movie people? It's not
no,
like
these ain't the movie people. The Paul C. McCaskey Instagram, I believe, that's somebody else from overseas, man.
Oh, okay.
So it's not one of his family members or nothing like that?
Nah. That's what I'm saying. So they sent.
With me, I never know who's who. You know what I mean? So I get a lot of different people coming at you. You don't know who's who. So
Super
that's
Lover,
why I stay away.
Other Instagrams too, Super Lover. I tried to hit you up on them and you didn't like respond. I'm like, and then Cassanova like, no, this is his fucking Instagram. I'm like, all right, cool. Then I like, boom. So
okay, yeah.
You got like two other ones on there that's not yours, and it's got your picture and it you know what I mean? It's
Somebody set some Instagrams up. That's why I had to put the real Super Lover C because.
Mike got that too, the real Mikey D. Like, yo, I hate.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that damn check, but they won't give it to me. That blue little check, they won't give it to me. I've been trying to work my way around that and everything. I got, what do you call it? Verified on Google search and all of that, but I can't get on Instagram.
Okay.
You got blue check. What does that blue check mean? I haven't even tried to do that.
That's like you the real thing, man.
The official, yeah.
Really you.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do that with the Producer's Corner. I didn't know that shit because there's other people who did try to do the Producer's Corner Instagrams, and they got like 5,000 followers. I'm like, how the fuck did they get this shit? You know,
if they see a lot of traffic with your name,
shit, man.
like say if you got a name and then if you influential and a lot of people try to use your name for their own stuff, if they see a lot of traffic, then they'll verify.
They try to sell drum kits.
You personally have to have a lot of traffic on your account to get considered for it.
It's crazy, man. That's that biting shit, man. I fucking hate that shit. Like,
or unless you're affiliated with like a large company, like a major label or something like that.
Well, something happened with Crooked Eye and shit. Crooked Eye was when he did that Eminem interview, and I guess they posted it, and then some company took it from him, and posted it on theirs and said it was theirs, and they locked it in and made Crooked I take it off his and close his whole shit down, yo.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Damn.
You know, like, yo,
Trademark infringement.
Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
you know the industry's fucked up. Y'all knew that when y'all was younger and shit. So fucking like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's still.
Well, we ain't know completely when we was younger, but as we were getting older, we like,
I wish I know then what I know now, you know?
Oh, that's a fact, man.
And it's even worse now, man. It's even worse now, bro. The streaming shit make it even worse. Nobody can make no money now. And if if it look like the climate, the way it's going to change, it's not going to be a lot of venues for people to make money. So artists need to reconsider how they're going to get their money for their music, because you ain't gonna get it from streaming. That's for sure.
Wow.
We might have to get together and do some concerts on Netflix and Amazon Prime and get some of that money, man.
That's the way to go.
Or do some real tours. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people I fucks with overseas and everything.
Yeah, but we can't go outside, man.
You can't.
And it's not gonna be no more theaters.
Yeah, you can't go abroad.
Theaters is dead. You know, nothing enclosed. Arenas are almost dead. You can still gotta be 6 feet apart. So
I'm talking about like in the future. This shit could fucking.
The only thing you could do is record your shit and pay-per-view your shit. Like you be recorded in the studio, just performing and shit, and hopefully your shit popping enough that people could pay-per-view. Because if you sign and just put your music out for anybody to listen at any point, and you getting 0.0001% of a dollar, you ain't gonna make no money.
Or you can sell merchandise. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
You sell more shirts than your own music and shit. Just because your logo, y'all need to do a cover. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I'm saying? Boom, for real. Because
yo, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start selling MP3s with Cash App. Somebody Cash App me.
You got it exclusive. You got to
shoot them the MP3.
You got to make your own websites and shit or something, or like your own portal, and just have exclusive access to just you. You the only portal where you can be heard.
Patreon.
And personally, I think that's the way everything's going to go. I think you're going to have your own personal website. You know. Yep.
And if I'm popping, you got to subscribe to my shit. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, that's the only way it's going to work. Right. But you know, because nobody making money right now. I know. How many shows you've been to in the last 2 months?
None.
0.
Last probably 5 months.
DJs are starving right now, bro. DJs are starving. Where they making their money at? Ain't no parties right now.
All right. And
unless
aren't
they're
the
doing
DJs
10
getting
million streams.
Right, but some of the DJs getting a hard time about playing the music, streaming it.
Yeah, the copyright and all that shit
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta have your own shit.
That's why they said the only way you can really do them DJ things is like on Twitch or something. You can't even really do it on Instagram. They'll pull it down and shit while you're doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Twitch is gonna end up doing that too. You know what I mean?
Eventually.
Like, fucking like boom, and this shit is crazy. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you like wanted to, like, you know how they say everything just to start all over again, but then everything will stay. You know what I'm saying? But you don't. You know what I mean? Because it went so far. Because imagine this technology like when y'all came out in the 80s and 90s. Shit, you know what I'm saying? The music might have sucked more. You know what I mean? If it had that, you know what I'm saying? It would have been easier for people to do.
Right, you would have had more. You'd have had just like right now, it's a flooded market.
Yeah.
And back
It's
then,
no quality control or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's no creative development. It's just a lot of emulation and simulation and shit.
Right,
exactly.
and the sound is too damn clean. It's digital and not analog.
Yeah, analog was a different feeling. Word is born.
It was man.
Sure, you guys be getting inbox shit. Yo, check my shit out. Like, you be cool with them for a minute, and then all of a sudden they're trying to send you shit to check. Like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do for you? Like, yo,
you know what the thing that drives me crazy is, and I'm sure you get this too, y'all. When dudes when they address you as a legend, this, that, and the other, and then they want you to feature on their project, but they don't talk about no money. Like, and then as soon as you tell them a nice price and you're working with them, they get mad. Like, oh, you're not that popping anyway, but you just addressed me as legend, but you want me to do it for free.
Right.
Like, we with this social media stuff, we're so accessible to people now that, you know, it's just crazy. Because remember when we used to make records people used to try to call the record company and all of that and try to get in touch with their favorite artists. Now they can just reach out and touch us through this thing.
Yeah, they can.
Exactly.
I reached you guys just by hitting y'all up. I mean, I know Mike for my whole life almost. You know what I mean? But you guys, I hit you up and you guys hit me back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just doing this to let y'all know what y'all doing. You know what I mean? This is for the culture, for history to learn.
Yes,
you know, and I was putting Mike on this. You guys get on this Zoom shit too. You could do the same thing yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's a podcast kind of. You know what I mean? And like, boom.
Should have never showed me this.
I'll show anybody. I
might get fired from work. I'll be at work doing it. I could do my own background too. Over.
Yeah, I might do my reality show. Tune in tomorrow. The first episode's at 9 a.m. and shit.
There you go. And yeah,
There you go.
Seriously?
Yeah. I just thought of it just now. It's called I Am Nova. Love and Light. That's what it's called. Love and Light.
All right.
Yo, these kids
started tomorrow.
I be trying to do, because what I do every week is on the Facebook, I post the album. I just post mine today. And producers all around the world make a beat off that album, and they post it in the comments of my post. And
dope.
I play all their beats. You know what I mean? And what it is, when I'm on the show and I'm doing it, I might get like 60, 70 people watching me at one time. You know what I mean? But then I'll see a girl putting makeup on their page, and she's got like 700 people watching her. And I'm like, yo, do I got to do some corny shit for people to want to pay attention? You know what I mean? I don't do it for the number. I just want to get the audience to pay attention that we do this shit for the culture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people...
see, human nature is either you want to be entertained with pleasure, right? Or either you branch out and you search for information. So a lot of times we condition just for pleasure. We're not conditioned to branch out and reach out for information. So that's the problem.
Definitely
a lot of times it's unnatural for people because they condition just for entertainment, just to be fed. You know what I'm saying? Just entertainment and pleasure. The endorphins is always kicking and making you feel good. You know
right. So sometimes what you have to do is you got to incorporate some of that stuff into your show. You know, have segments of a show where you got this going on, and then we're going to take a break, and that's happening, and we're going to come back and do this again.
That's a
you
good
know what
idea.
I mean?
You got to entice them a little bit with a little bit of that endorphin kick. They got to get that pleasure.
You got to feed it, right? You got to feed
I think if I had like 2 flash chicks behind me while I was doing, people would be like, yo, who's that?
Yes.
They're going to watch and hear them talking.
So, you know,
so they can try to hit them up.
Because you got to keep in mind, it's a low level of thinking anyway. Or anything you see with this shit, that entertainment factor, just scantily clad women, just bullshit, violence and cursing and shit, that's just low level thinking. So when you really building on shit, when you incorporate knowledge and techniques of how to, you know, to strengthen shit, people don't know how to get in tune with that because they're just on a low level of thinking. So you got to wean it into their system, so raise their level a little bit because it's a shock to the system. That's true. They take run it away a little bit or just run away altogether.
Yeah.
Yo, that sounds like a joint that I'm working on. I just started this joint called Pass the Torch, right? So what it is, it's like a hand with a microphone on fire, and the other hand is open, right? So what it's called Pass the Torch, and the motto is educate, not separate. And what I wanted to do is, since we've been under quarantine, I've been watching a lot of debates, especially with the religion and stuff like that. But I was like, yo, nobody's doing this musically. So imagine having let's say for instance, an old school, a legendary artist with a new school artist. There's always the arguments about why this person is bitter or these young boys don't know what they're doing. There's always that argument, but you never see them on the same platform with an opportunity to speak together. Like you give the old school guy 5 minutes to say what he wants to say, uninterrupted. You give the new school guy 5 minutes, uninterrupted. We have a mediator, and then we give, you know, the other person 2.5 minutes to cross-examine the other person, likewise with the other person. And at the end, we come to a mutual ground. That's, you know, because I feel like, for instance, the older guys can, the younger guys can learn from the older guys' mistakes, and the older guys can learn how to navigate through this technology age through the younger guys. So there's always some mutual ground where we can learn from each other instead of staying separated. So Pass the Torch is a platform that I want to try to develop.
Boy, that's dope.
And Zoom, perfect. Zoom's perfect.
Now that you showed me this, because I was going to do it live with a live audience and all of that, but this shit right here.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Never showed me this.
And you can invite some people into the rooms and just have that debate.
And nobody comes in here unless you invite them. Then people can't just jump in it.
That's
you know
right. They can't just jump in. Yeah.
You got to be
and
invited.
then package that shit up, put it on your website. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The access to the links.
Yeah.
And you'll have like
you can
season
plug it
1,
into your
season
website.
2. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
So you know I dabble with the websites, right?
Soup is a master with the website shit too. Yep.
I gotta get your numbers.
Yeah, I play around with that stuff, man. So you definitely can you can plug it in right into your website, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right,
yeah.
All right. Because matter of fact, the guy that we were speaking about earlier, Prick Kelsey, he hooked up a pass the torch on what is the joint? What is the WordPress? Is it WordPress?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he hooked up a website for me, but I don't have any product on there yet. No content yet. Because I was trying to wait for, we got actually today I should have the shirts and hoodies and all of that stuff. And I was trying to wait for this pandemic so we could start finding a location. But it looks like this ain't going nowhere.
Your location is where you're sitting right now.
Yeah, we might have to do it from here. But
everybody's reinventing right now, bro. And, and it's sad that we thinking about it in the capital, because you got to make some money in this shit too right now, because you can't be, you got to put a little money away on the side because you don't know how long the shit gonna be popping. So you got to go about shit smart. You can't invest too much and not be sure of what you're investing in. You know what I'm saying? Be very mindful right now.
All right.
That's a fact. Yep.
So, what we got to do is actually kind of work collectively. Everybody bring their talents to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of group up. That's the way it's going to work without spending a lot of capital, because, if you go to a website, design company, they're going to want to get paid. They don't care what your problem is, you know? So, yeah, you just got to kind of bring it together, because everybody's got a different talent,
Yes, absolutely. Yep, I agree.
That's definitely, that's why, like I was telling, like in the last interview we did an interview Friday night, and we were talking about we all we have. If hip hop for the culture, we all we have together as people. And to me, hip hop culture, if you're a hip hop in the culture, there's no racism in the culture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, if there is, you're not part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom, so the culture's what? If there was no hip hop culture, this world would be real crazier right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, it's what holds it together. You know what I mean? Like, I had an interview with Snow Goons in Germany, and they're all white. You know what I mean? Just like me. And I'm there with them, and I'm talking, and they're agreeing with me with this whole thing. Like, yo, we got to just see people as people, and we got to get people to see it. And you think that the younger generation learn that by now. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not, I don't think it's really us individually. What it is that as a collective, we too in tune with entertainment, news, and shit. So they create the view and the narrative of everything.
Yeah.
So like, because you could be friends with a white, say, like for example, I work with white people. I could be best friends with a white dude at work, and all of a sudden some bullshit happened in the news, and the next day he looking at me funny, and I'm looking at him funny. So, but that's how the whole collective mind works. When you keep viewing this stuff, we got to stop using this as our narrative. Just operate as you normally do on a daily basis with whoever you work with. If they act funny style, get rid of them. If they don't, let's work. And just keep it moving. Because what it is that we too in tune with what everybody else doing, and then we keep taking everybody else's views, or we all down with Black Lives Matter now. I don't agree with a lot of aspects of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they alienating people, they pointing fingers, and I'm not about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm half white, but I didn't grow up with a white culture. I grew up in the Black culture. So it's hard for me to it's hard for me to identify with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think in the aspect of just Black. I'm thinking of being combined like what the fuck I am, my damn self. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to, and you got to think about what Black and white is already. That's not even terms you should be using. Those are racial division terms that dividing people with those. So we should eliminate Black and white altogether. Because most of us are just indigenous. We either indigenous or immigrants. You know what I'm saying? We either indigenous to the lands or not. One or the other. We all Americans, different tribes from different regions of America. Or either you migrated over from another continent. You're not Black or white. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me.
It's all simulation, man. We were taught that. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it was unfortunate we were taught that.
But hip hop, I'm sorry, Sue. No, again, my bad, bro.
No, we're cool. So yeah, it's that we were taught that, and if you got to just become aware of, simulation, man. You've been taught this stuff for a very long time. And like you say, with hip hop, it's just different. We don't see, who's looking at a color, man. We're looking at a talent and a culture of something that we do, and we all have fun doing it, man.
And that's where hip hop was the beginning. That was the voice of the street, because we didn't have a format for us to hear each other. We didn't have TV shows to identify ourselves with, radio programs and news to identify ourselves with. So we come out with our own shit. It started on the underground. It was a message. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it became something so big in the world, everybody could resonate with it, because it was something from their heart. They knew that whatever we was doing was real, and people was tired of the fake. They wanted to be with some real shit, go to a party and feel good, feel real for a change. But now it's going back to what the fuck was wrong with it in the first place. Us trying to branch out to be heard, because we're not being heard. This is all fabricated nonsense again. Major companies are control of the whole narrative, man. You got young cats talking about popping Percocets and drinking and smoking and pills. And I mean, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really, if we had that disrespect was going at talking about women, you know what I'm saying? Disrespecting each other, we're battling, but it wasn't about bringing down the culture. It wasn't about a mindset of being on dope and fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's what this shit is about right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people with a lost message with no guidance.
Yep.
Word.
Yeah, definitely.
No identity, man. Back then, you could be beat by the dope style take if you sound like somebody else. Now you sound like Drake and shit. You might get a major deal and shit.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy in itself.
Back then, I mean, when this hip hop shit was strong and the golden age part, we see someone like one of y'all, we'd be like, yo, like you see like an X-Man or something. You know what I mean? Now, like fucking, like now it's people, they do that. I do it too. You know
They all sound the same. I can't make I don't know who's who, bro. It's all the same machines, the same music. They use the same producers. You know what I'm saying? There's no identity, and it's sad. You know what I mean? They pushing up these females with bullshit ass rhymes and shit. You know what I'm saying? These females, come on, man. I'm all for the women's movement, but the shit they saying, and I mean, I don't know, man. It's just all about entertainment, man. Nobody's doing no real groundbreaking shit like we did back in the days, man. People back then used to tune into the radio and couldn't wait to hear something new come out. Now you tune in.
The college radio stations and all that shit. Like,
now it's oversaturated with bullshit, man.
Red Alert and Molly and
And it's tough, man. It's just hard to hear it, but you got to understand it's a different time. So our time is gone. You know, only thing we can do now is keep our own shit. We need to create our own radio stations, our own platforms, and just get our fan base. And if they got some coming over to us to like it, fine. Because I do like some of the young cat shit. I'll go over there and check it out. But I'm not going to support the whole shit because I can't agree with a lot of their message. It go against all of my beliefs, especially how much I've evolved as a person and as a man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about the next generation. And I don't like where it's going personally.
Yeah.
Got you.
Definitely.
I'm gonna need you for my first episode of Pass the Torch.
There you go. Definitely. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, in anything I could do, I've talked to a lot of people. I help promote y'all. Anything y'all do, I help promote. You know what I mean? Love is love with everything. You know what I mean? Like I said, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? I got.
Is that Rocco I see in the background?
No, that's Kev. That was here. That's my brother-in-law, Kev.
Oh, okay, all right.
Kev's a big fan of y'all too, man. Like he's one of the ones that told me about you was rhyming different than everybody else and shit. Like back then and shit.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like
peace.
Yeah.
What's up?
He said what? Yeah, you've been watching. I've been doing the shows. You know what I mean? I've been just building. I mean, I'm gonna get y'all guys in future ones too. I mean, it's just the beginning. You know what I mean? Like
no doubt.
You know what I mean?
I got a whole lot of shit to say. I'm not gonna just
facts.
I've been trying to get Mike like this. I just had to get Mike here to see what I'm talking about. That's all it was. Like, stress, whatever, stress. Like,
your name is stress for a reason. Because you stressed me the hell out. I had to take some anxiety medicine, man.
You got me trying to remember stuff because it's hard to remember a lot of these things, man. I mean, my brain is starting to open up little pockets of information and shit. So I definitely need to speak again. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
No, and I told Mike I was gonna be with y'all. I was like, yeah, I'll go. Because we were gonna do it Thursday. You know what I mean? But then it didn't happen. And Mike was working. He's like, no. So I said, how about Sunday? And you guys said Sunday at work. I'm like, okay. So I mean, this is not gonna be aired Sunday. This actually gonna be aired.
Once he said Super Rud, I was automatically in, man. Like that's family right there, man.
That's what's up, man.
I was like, that's family. Hell yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Mikey D, what you got going on, man? I see you out there in social media, man. I see a lot of things you're doing, man. Tell me what you got happening.
Yo, right now I'm working on this EP that is so boom bap that y'all are gonna be proud. And the name of it is called Talking That Shh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's shh. Because they always try to silence me, man. So I'm talking that shh. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to y'all. I could play it now.
You finished it?
Let's just say it's being mastered right now. It's already mixed and everything.
I like to hear Super Lover and Mikey D on the track one time.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. I'll be with it.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
Hey, any day,
I'm
man.
too.
Any day, I'll be honored.
Yeah, me too. Likewise, man. That'd be dope. But
People sleep on me. People sleep
joints.
on me. I could spit too. People can sleep
I know
on
you
me.
could. That's what I'm saying.
Rud do his thing. I know Rud hit me in the head with that legend twice, man. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, I got some stuff on SoundCloud. Go to my SoundCloud. If somebody tuned in now, they don't know I do stuff. Go to Cassanova Rud. Anything.
Yeah, I checked you out. I checked you out about a week ago. Yeah.
Wait, hold on for 1 second, y'all. I got something.
That would be super dope. You know what I mean? After all these years, I mean.
And I got stuff on Spotify and shit. I got like 6 songs on Spotify.
Hit me with my on the inbox. I'll check all that shit out. I'll even repost the shit. You know what I mean? Like,
because I'm on evolve. I'm trying to evolve as a person. So I got like my diary on wax. That's what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about my thoughts. It's not even about making money and partying. Because, you know, people make turn up music. I make sit down, shut the fuck up and listen to music.
I hear you. I'm working on something now, and it's called The Cadence of Super Lover Cee. It's just talking about the lyrics, man. It's just about the lyrics and putting some of that stuff together. So you'll hear some new Super Lover Cee.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. Playing with those words,
Mike, I
man.
can make it so you can play it on your computer directly in the computer, so it doesn't sound like you're playing it on a fucking microphone. You want me to set it so you can do it? All I gotta do is
that's dope.
You want me to send it to you?
No, you can if you want. I mean, but you can actually right here. Look it. See the chat on you on the right here. You could put it in the file in this chat in this Zoom chat. See it? Like boom. See it? See where it says the chat right there? You can make it go right in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
chat.
The chat's on the bottom. See where it's at the bottom when it says security, participant chat, share screen, hit the chat.
I don't see none of that on here, brother.
And with the chat, what do I do with the chat? What I supposed to put the link
click on it on the bottom. It says where you can put a file from where your location inside your phone, wherever you're on. You can put it in there, and I can fucking download it. They don't see it. They don't see it like when we're watching.
Now I had to press.
We see it. You know what I'm saying? So. When this show comes out, it's gonna be on YouTube, and they're just gonna see us four on the screen talking. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, we're talking. You know what I mean?
Let me see something real quick.
All right, but yeah,
I got you covered.
You're gonna be the first person that I play their music on the show, though. That's dope, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Because we had, I don't know if you guys know, we just had a show Friday. You heard of Apollo Brown? Apollo Brown, we had him. He's from Detroit. He's really dope. He did a lot of stuff with a lot of people. And Mr. Len, he's probably like late 90s. He fucks with Prince Paul and all them, and a couple other producers. But we had one where we had Sir Jinx and Ski Beach. That was dope and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, what did you say to do? Go to chat?
Yeah, if you had, when I'm looking at it, I see like there's 3 dots where it says more. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I hit that.
Okay, did you see chat?
Yeah.
Mike, are you on a computer or on a tablet or something?
I'm on my iPad.
That's why.
Yeah.
I thought you were on the computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the computer.
You can't do it from here.
Unless you have the music on your iPad, but if you don't.
On your Mac, yeah, you can on your iPad, yeah.
I got it on my iPad.
Okay, yeah, so just hit chat.
Chat.
Yep. And then there should say file in there, and you grab your
Oh,
file.
it says send to.
Yep.
Right. Send
Right
to,
here. See right here, I said
I
yo.
see you said yo.
Yeah. You go
So
in there.
how do I send it?
You got to just put just where it says, it doesn't say file.
Nah.
No, it doesn't say file on this. On the iPad, it doesn't.
Look, if I show you on my screen.
I see Cassanova's just came up. He got a link.
Right.
File. See?
I don't know what I did. I just did some link.
My shit pops up like this.
But you're on a computer, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's because of the computer.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different on a computer.
Yeah. Okay, Cassanova just sent me something on Spotify right now.
All right. So go ahead, rock that. And I'll
Give me 1 second. Let me see how I do this so I don't.
So I'll close this.
Close this shit.
Okay.
I don't have Spotify, so something I gotta log in and shit. I can still play it though, right?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't have an account, man. I gotta get a Spotify. You got it on SoundCloud? Put the SoundCloud.
Definitely, yeah. Let me get a SoundCloud. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You want me to keep recording this, or you want to stop? You want people to hear this? Let me know because
you can't. I mean, I'm no, do whatever.
Interview. We can keep the interview. You know what I mean? We can end the interview like right where it is, let people know how to get in contact with you. However you want to do it.
Yeah, I got something for you to play and shit.
All right.
I want to play some with me and my son and shit, yo.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Let's definitely do it, man.
Yo, what's your email, Addy?
Yeah, I'll put it right here. Old school shit, man.
DJ Stress.
Oh, it popped up over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me and my son.
Okay,
my son's name is Tom Don and shit. We got songs together. It's a blessing to be spitting with your son. I ain't even gonna lie.
Facts.
You hear that, or does it sound good? Does it sound far away, or does it sound clear?
Sound far away a little bit.
All right. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me do something. Hold on.
Yo, I love y'all niggas, man. Great to see y'all, yo.
Right. You know you're my
shit
brother.
Feel mad real, man. Feel mad organic in here right now, man.
That's a damn
feel like love for real, man.
My son and I.
You smoke it right there?
We condition.
Kind of loud.
Cassanova Rud.
Turn it down just a little bit.
How do I turn it down on SoundCloud and shit? Hold on, let me try to turn down my thing. Hold on.
It's like at 100, turns to like 75.
Now,
Like that?
it's I-4-9-2-4-2.
It's too loud, or that's not too loud?
Nah, that sounds good to me.
Oh, good.
I'll go back. There you go.
We condition. Cassanova Rud. My son and I. It's I-4-9-2-4-2. Lie for a lie, truth for the truth. It's I-4-9-2-4-2. It's lie for a lie, truth for the truth. I-4-9-2-4-2. Lie for a lie, truth for the truth. It's I-4-9-2-4-2. It's lie for a lie, truth for the truth. Yeah, I see my people out here taking risks. Some clapping and them cups on the wrist. Some clapping and now just cease to exist. Now they baby mama by themselves and stuck on benefits. While they kids going to schools and they teach them nonsense. From PK to high school to college. While the Freemasons withholding the knowledge. Living in society, sex, drugs, and violence. What? Yeah, it is very scary. If you never worry about what they broadcast on TV news commentary. Paramedics to the scene, but they never in a hurry. When a cop busts a shot, another one of us is buried. And they go to court and free by a pre-selected jury. While we praying for an answer, might as well we'll leave furries and keep rolling with the punches, cause they coming in a flurry. And it seems to start over every 1st of January, yo.
Making all these moves, I cannot hesitate. Yeah, they see that I'm the chimp, I got that heavy weight.
That's my son right
This
there.
probably gonna get renovated. Ops in the room, they always be investigating. I could tell these niggas fake, I got some evidence. I'm just trying to tell the truth and make it evident. I'm a singer and a rapper with no limitations. I don't see no competition, they all eliminated. How you telling all these lies? I'ma take one on your eyes. Telling all these lies, I'ma take one of your eyes. Telling me the truth, I'ma take one of your two. Telling me
what?
You can pause it. See, and that goes right with the vein with Mikey, because you got to branch the old school shit with the new school shit in order for us to come to a bridge so we meet together and talk.
Right.
So me and my son are going at it in that aspect, just to let you know that, Mikey.
That's dope. That's dope.
I want to play something else. Can I play something else while y'all organize real quick? Is that okay with y'all real quick? I got another one with me and my son I want to play real quick. Y'all probably appreciate it. Just give me one more real quick.
Yo, Stress, I sent you one in your email.
All right, give me 1 second. Hold up.
I'm dying to hear y'all shit, yeah.
Yeah,
I need y'all shit.
I got back on that do-rag Mikey D shit, that 360 wave motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yo.
And I'll just this other one and I'll be happy.
I got a couple of joints, man. I'm gonna send them to y'all, man. Once I'm mastered.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. It's downloading right now. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah.
So Mike, when we gonna do this, man?
Yo, whenever you're ready. I'm saying, like, I'm ready ASAP.
Hey, Rud. Rud, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We need a track, man.
Yeah, I'm working on shit right now. I just got the MPC back from my dude. I let him have it for the past 7 years.
Oh,
shit. He said, damn, yo, you got to take it back right now? I said, you ain't been using it. You been using them fucking computer shits. With my shit, nigga.
Y'all work with the MPC Element software.
Dope.
All right, brothers.
They got some MPC.
Like, it's still downloading.
They got an SP1200 software coming out. I'm about to go cop that. Yep.
Right,
I got this thing that they remade. It's called the S2400. It's called ISLA, ISLA. They took the whole things, the SP1200, and put it in it. The boards and all that shit. And you could sample 12-bit and 24-bit. So your first and second track could be 12-bit, and your third track could be 24-bit. It's got it all. The original shit. Wow. I know duper emulator shit. It's the real fucking board shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It looks like crazy. One too. It looks like it's got the 8 sliders and it's got the buttons on the bottom and shit. You know what I mean? It's dope.
Wow.
Yep. So
yeah.
That's good. Sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
The game's over with. I'm at the door like a Jehovah's Witness. So focused and still on that sofa. They asking me why I didn't go and get it. It wasn't my time. Now please get over it. Yeah, I've been repping since adolescent. Testing me one-on-one is like making a bad investment. Facts, and I'm keeping that mad aggression. You can sit me down with Snack and I'll teach him about a lesson. Woo! Yeah, you will never be in my pedigree. You better be the blood of a king, not a celebrity. Cause I'm a man of integrity. I'll get everything that I'm owed, inevitably. Come on. I bring the heat to the streets and you press repeat when I speak through the beats. I leave them with no time to cheat. That's right. And I ain't right a rhyme in weeks. Come on. The facts is I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the apps is. Rappers. On my back like I'm Atlas. The number one. When I'm talking that. Yeah. If you a fan, then man, you understand my story of how I came from the sand to be a man of glory. My whole hood stands for me. You ain't gotta ask me if I'm good. It's mandatory. Yeah, the main topic when I drop it, I'm a giant. My name holds weight. Yours is microscopic. I'm old school and still got it. My product ain't in these streets. Stop it. Yeah, now let's speak longevity. You weak, every day I get stronger than you'll ever be. OG don't mean that I'm elderly. Out of touch with the culture, I could never be. Yeah, so don't compare me cause I'm legendary. Your top 5, dead or alive, is secondary. I could prove it if it's necessary. You wanna do it? Hit my secretary. The facts is I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the apps is. Rappers. On my back like I'm Atlas. The number one. Traffic. When I'm talking that shit. I used to hear the wrong people in my ear. Had me feeling kinda weird. Wasn't equal to my peers. They used to doubt it when the people scream and shouted. And the funny thing about it, I could see through it for years. Yeah, so I did some real planning. Every time I came through, they was in the field scrambling. And now some are panhandling. And after 30 years, let's be clear, I'm still standing. And I keep coming with it. They stuck, acting like I'm the one who did it. Well, you are. And I'm not apologetic. Leave the microphone alone, go get some college credits. Dead it, ain't gonna edit, cause I already said it. It is what it is, and if it be, then let it. I left and never did. Mikey D, the best who ever did. Facts is I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the apps is. Rappers. On my back like I'm Atlas. The number one. When I'm talking that shit. Faxes. I'm ill with no practice. I kill them with tactics. For whatever the haps is. Rapping on my back like I'm Atlas. The number one traffic when I'm talking that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Yo, guess who did that beat, man? Freaking Prick Kelsey.
Wow.
Nice.
Prick Kelsey. Yeah, that's one of the joints, but that's
my dude. I'm not surprised.
I got cuts in it and all of that. All of the elements.
That shit is dope. It sounds vintage. It sounded like it was recorded back then.
That's how we tried to get the sound. I wanted it to sound like that.
That's how you got to try to do it. For people to understand that the elements, you got to bring it back to that time.
Equipment and do it the same, really, and shit. You know what I mean? That's really.
Yep. You just got to record an analog.
Play
the one for me and Soup. It's the bottom one.
Oh shit! All right, hold up.
Yeah, I had that other one you was about to play was with me and my son. You can just have that for your own, listening.
Yeah.
Logic and formula.
Yeah. Cassanova Rud. Yeah. Success Club. The old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. Roll up in the game and stop your bank like on the block with dice. Niggas head crack when I'm heating up a track. I mix the cut in the stew and this is what you getting back. I'm going in raw, no soft corner hardcore. The way it knocks is terrifying, lock cops at the door. Look out the peephole, oh you can't sleep yo. Cause you know I'm taking back the game, this is repo. Not for the fame or the cash or the silly hoes. Just because I'm hip hop and this is how it goes. So don't be brainwashed by these self-proclaimed sideshows. On my stage sleeping saying man about to tap his toes. Legendary status, I don't need no apparatus. To enhance my skills, just add it up, it's mathematics. I'm sick with it like clinics, I open up practice. I'm a G like Masonic, here's the schematics. Woo! Yeah, the old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. The old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. The old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. A new era, another feather in my cap. I'm fitted for the game, I'm ready to snap back on you younger little MCs, just spitting Similac. I don't mind the babysitting, but it's time to take a nap. I flip the styles, project, dirty mattress, gymnastics. Teaching you I spit the bird flu, that's why I'm classic. So take the 10 pose for the cause. You applaud, I clap back, read the close.
Logic and formula.
Rud made me work.
The old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. The old scholar's nice, about to be a legend twice. Yo, 5-0 on me. I'm out of here, yo. I'm peeled off on these dudes. Yo.
More executive and advanced than your executive branch. Even overseas, slept with it, held a rep with a dance. Legend, chick connected and well respected in pants. Dumps the chick playing catch with it and end up breaking the glass. Begging, hold it a second, I reckon you checked and you asked. Nope. I gotta exit you before collecting the cash. Nope. No in the vestibule suggesting you was an ass. Shit, I'm a shark, there be no more fishing for bass. On raw gas like before they add the invigorate. You on a gas Facebook, baby, and Twitter bait. Running the fast lane, shook, maybe you could've cake. If you was true and wasn't out there showing your ass. Now that I'm popular, view through binoculars, chick loaded, and counter clocking and making a profit from spit coated. Knowing the pop when the shit would have stopped when the hold it. I'm out in front of your chick, you die in the past. Back when we dated, intoxicated, you dope, did you? Now that I made it, you love that you hated it, go figure. Legends are made of it, moves and invasive with no triggers. You'll never beat me cause I ain't trying to crash.
Logic and formula.
Damn, that's dope.
I'm not even no more. I'm like that shit, yo. That shit, yo, you guys right there,
That's
man.
Y'all
Y'all gotta go check these brothers out.
Yo, I said one more, man. One more.
One more. Right. Okay, I'll give you one more. Okay, definitely. That, yo,
that was banging.
Appreciate that, man. Rud put me to work, man. Rud put me to work. I was like, yo.
You guys gonna come with some new joints? What's up? Let's get some new joints. Super Lover Cassanova Rud. What's up?
Yo, that's fire right there, boy.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We do that.
Yeah, there's one more. We got one more. The Spanish bars. You can play that real quick if you want.
Yeah, you can play that back after. Yeah.
Hold up. Boom, boom, boom.
I got this joint right here. I'm kind of, getting it off my chest.
One more each. Mike's joint and the Spanish bars joint. We'll do it.
All right, bet.
All right, boom. Mike, yours is still downloading. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm online, it's downloading slower with the. All right, here we go.
This is Prick too?
This one is Jay King. He's from London.
Okay.
Hold on. I got
man, though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. England, them niggas is holding hip hop down. Yo.
They get it in.
Yo, holding it down.
They get it in.
Strategically.
Definitely.
They hold it more higher than we do. That's the bad thing.
This is what you waited all year for. This is what you waited all year for. This is the moment they've been waiting for. Now my opponents, they'll be hating more. They freeze up like a lake, but wait, it's thin ice. So what the hell you think they skating for? To get away from the hand Mike dealt. You wouldn't understand, cause I don't understand myself. That's how trite life felt. So if I'm standing on that lake, then the ice might melt. Mikey D is great, the one you're hearing. Took a break to appreciate Michael Deering. Had to change so the change could bring back a million. Get rich off the game without the racketeering. The track is steering, the fact you're hearing me still will send the chill to the back of your grill. Don't laugh cause I will attack and I kill any rapper for real. Yo, chill. I'm that ill. This is what you waited all year for. This is what you waited all year for. This is what you waited all year for. Fuck that fake shit. Let's get straight to the fact. She on some snake shit and she don't know how to act. And that's because I spent my life on these tracks. Then turn around, you gotta pull a knife out my back. I've been a boss, in the course. I was married to the game, we separated, then divorced. 90% hers, 10 of yours. She ain't fucking nobody right now. So if you see me rocking camouflage, that means I'm going home with a body and a charge. You know my style, stick around for a while. Act like a juvenile, I sit him down like a child. When I come against the vet, I let him choose his weapon. What you ask for, you will get. And I ain't losing step. And they ain't trying yet. Got smoke for every one of these clowns, quiet as cat. This is what you waited all year for. This is
Nice.
This is what you waited all year for. Verse 3, I'ma put them out their misery. Cause if they ain't pushing 30, then they kids to me. So what they making money, I make history. Forget about the bad, I might do this for free. I'm the equalizer. Denzel up on this mic, I bring the heat, the fire, and hell up when we fight. They shit is light and it sell up over hype. Then it goes straight to their head, watch it swell up overnight. Alright, step out of line and get smacked in your face. I spit the type of rhymes to put you back in your place. I'm versatile, the aftermath might hurt around. Kill them with a verse, then laugh at the murder trial. Then watch the next of kin abort them. You should've let a friend support him. Nice kicks, but can a veteran afford them? Shit, I'll make a pair of sketches look better than your Jordan. This is what
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I've been quiet about, man. This is how I'm coming, man.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, that's hip hop right there. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy, yeah. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that shit got me thinking about things.
Yeah, so we gotta move on.
Cassanova Rud. Success Club. I know you see your boy, you're paranoid. Best to avoid when I'm on point on the block, getting this wop, call me trapezoid. Your shorty things are cute. I be in hot pursuit, no catch. 22, queen of hearts, I pick up 52. I use a Trojan to invade, I guess you call me Troy. Ready with the countermeasures, ready to deploy. For bumble clock boys coming through with the toys. They see the money I got, cop the yacht, they call me Chips Ahoy. I see your swag's not working, I guess you're unemployed. While your skinny jeans sagging, you're showing all your drawers. I got your girl hot in the pants like rockin' corduroys. She's happy to get a nut, yeah, I call her Almond Joy. I call her Twitter bird, cause she always seems like to follow. She Googles me, goggles me, I ask her why don't you just swallow. But at the end of the day, I don't want you fucking up none of my towels. I make them X's quick, no factor like Simon Cowell. Leave their head spinning, Wheel of Fortune, don't understand by a vowel. I'm shitting on them when you can't even just move your bowels. Man, don't talk to me, talk to me tomorrow. Matter of fact, why don't you sit down, let me buy you a bottle.
Yeah. They're sleeping on you, boy.
101, baby.
Super lover.
Body, little nigga. You a fast 500, I'm a Ducati, little nigga. I took more tangos down in body, little niggas. And I'm from way back when Slick Rick and Doug Fresh did lottie-dottie for the niggas. I'ma do more damage than punitive. I'm a lone wolf, I pack small and bang big and don't expect you to live. It's not I, the chicks who the shooter is. We figured it'd be painless and quick opposed to the right thing and suit the biz. I'm agile, smoking a catwalk in a trap in the backyard. I'm a beast kid, don't fuck with the cat dog.
back, dog.
Pioneer true hip-hop rap lord. Fuck all the back talk or relive the events that happened to Black Hawk. Go find yourself on me and whack off. I cut synthetics, heated and wetted. Kid, forget it, you that soft. That iron mic connection got hacked off by me, Soup. The nanobite virus under attack, kids, I'm back off. Let's pull you out the twist, I ain't slack off. I'm creeping when I'm sleeping down south location beacon on map north. I'm eating pretties, keeping them stacked large. And have the legal right to bear arms. Bring it back, dope nigga, back off.
I was in a whole different zone.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, so we got some heat together.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I want to hear, like, you know, a month or so, Mike's up like, yo, we got a song. We just did a song together. I'm like, all right, that's what I want to hear.
All right, well, that was gonna make that
We're
happen.
gonna do something.
Y'all guys, ain't nobody do songs together back then in the 80s. Everybody had their own shit. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you know, that'd be dope. You know, that was surprise. That would surprise. I mean, people are gonna see it now because we're gonna have this broadcasted. But people would be surprised to see y'all do something together. They're like, oh shit, these dudes got back. You know what I mean? Like y'all together.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I'm with it all the way.
All day.
All the way.
All day.
All the way.
Let's make it happen.
I want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would like to spin some shit back and watch Mikey and Soup go back and forth. I would love that.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's.
I'm gonna organize some shit. We're gonna do that shit live on Zoom.
I know that Mike's not in Queens no more, right? Mike, you're upstate, right?
Yeah, I'm 84 miles from Queens.
Okay.
You guys are both still in Queens?
No, I'm in the South.
Oh shit, word?
I'm in the Carolinas.
Carolina.
Oh, you down there with Kane was at. Kane's out there, right? Isn't Kane in North Carolina or some shit?
Yeah, I think he's out there in the Carolinas.
I know Caesar was out there too and shit before he passed.
Yeah, Steve was out here with me for a little bit, man.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Yeah, RP, man, my brother.
Yeah. Special Ed is still down there, right?
I think Ed is down. Well, yeah, Ed, I think, was down here for a while. I'm not sure if he's still here. I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, he was down here.
Yeah. Shan is in Georgia.
Yo, Mike, did you ever have dancers?
Yeah, actually I did, man. Twist and turn.
For real?
Yeah, but I couldn't dance for shit. I couldn't even, man, I two-stepped it all the way, but I had twist and turn. But the stuff that I was spitting, I didn't really make records that, you know, my shit was more nigga type shit, you know. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have those records.
I mean, G-Rap had dancers, you know what I'm saying? And G-Rap shit was hard shit too.
Yeah,
know?
but you know,
he had a higher beat per minute. He had a higher beat per minute.
Yeah,
shit,
you know
what I'm saying? Mikey D is 82, 85 beats per minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and Soup is 88 and higher, way higher than that. Because we had a lot, like our beats per minute would make it dance tunes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So Mikey's beats per minute were definitely a slower tune, but that was just a different style. Yeah,
and even like Mikey's stuff too. Mikey was coming at you. You know, you didn't dance to that stuff coming at you, man.
Yeah,
Mike
you had to listen.
Yeah, that was just sit down and listen music. Yeah, straight up instead of turning up. You can't turn up all the time.
Yeah.
I listened to that We Get Rough the other day and shit. Mike was attacking everybody. Unfold your arms, untie your Adidas. LA Posse is back and we the new rap leaders and shit.
That was little jabs. You know, poking the cage.
I remember I talked to K Solo when I mentioned Mikey D. Mikey D, he said, I put holes in rappers to try to diss me and shit. I'm like, oh shit, like, yo, you good? All right. Yeah, so give me 1 sec.
No, he's the only host that I knows that leave the guest on his shows.
He's only David Letterman pizza delivery guy and shit.
I know.
Make sure you tip him,
to get a pizza.
Yeah.
I got my little man here, you know what I mean? I was supposed to go swimming earlier, and my brother-in-law showed up an hour before the interview. I'm like, yo, we had all day, it's hot. You could have been swimming all day, but now you're like, boom. But
got you.
A lot of them, they were just swimming. You met little man, Mike. You met little man when you came out here.
Oh,
Mike,
yeah.
Mike. What was that? Yeah, that night at the you guys were here with Elder Sensei that night. That was the last time you were here, right? When Elder with the 100 sample challenge,
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So let the people. I mean, we can keep talking, but we can end the interview joint. let people know how to get a hold of you guys, what you guys are doing now, each one of y'all. So if they want to know what's going on, you know what I mean? Well, go ahead.
I'm on an enlightenment mission. I'm trying to advance and expand my consciousness, and I'm sharing messages about love and light, and trying to connect people and try to help build on people's strengths and hopefully help them succeed in life and what they want to do. So I have a message. So you could just follow me on pretty much everything, Cassanova Rud, same way spelled here on the bottom of my screen, CASANOVARUD. You can find me on Twitter, IG. I got stuff on Spotify, SoundCloud. I will be putting out new material. I got a joint called I Am Nova coming out. Should be out probably by the wintertime, hopefully. But with projects like, Mikey D talking about right now and Soup doing stuff, I might have to maybe delay that for a second because it seems like that's important right now. And I think it'd be a good time to take advantage of the momentum of the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, just Cassanova Rud everything. You can find me on that.
All right. Well, y'all know you can find me at The Real Super Lover Cee, or actually, I use my name, Calente Frederick Sr., man. So y'all find me out there on Facebook. It's Calente Frederick Sr., IG, The Real Super Lover, at The Real Super Lover Cee. And some of the stuff, I'm working on now, like I say, is talking about the cadence of Super Lover Cee. One thing about me is I never stop writing lyrics. I've never stopped writing lyrics. I mean, I got lyrics upon lyrics upon lyrics. So just ready to do some stuff with it, man. So, Rud, Mikey D, let's make some stuff pop, man.
Yeah, that's most definitely. Most definitely.
And we got the connection with Prit. So it's going to be really an easy transition. So that's excellent because he's available now too, because he just got laid off recently and he just shifted all of his energy to his own thing. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to help us out. So if we come to him with some shit, it's going to be crazy. I guarantee you, yo. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, my bad, Mikey. Guys.
Nah, it's all great. You know how we do. So as far as what I'm doing, like I said earlier, I want to put that pass the torch thing together. I got the logo and everything. I got the website ready to rock and roll. I got YouTube and all of that stuff ready to rock and roll with that. I just want to more or less bridge the gap and educate, not separate. Also, I'm working on the EP, Talking That that should be ready for y'all soon. And if you want to reach me, just Google Mikey D, and it will connect you to all of my social media platforms, anything that's out there. I don't know about Facebook, though. Facebook, you might have to check Michael Deering, my government name. So that's about it. And also looking forward to working with my brothers right here, Cassanova Rud and Super Lover Cee, man. That's something y'all got to look out for.
Yeah, definitely go. Matter of fact, let me before I even go, Cassanova Rud and Super Lover Cee, let me get a story, one story of y'all tour or something, one story before I get off. You know what I mean? And I'm asking Mike first. I mean, Mike gave a story, but one story of Mike I want too. But you guys, go ahead.
I remember New Year's. It was New Year's Eve in Florida. I was on tour with Salt and Pepper, Ice, Kid and Play, Rob Bass, Public Enemy. I think EPMD was there. And I remember chilling in the hotel room with Pepper. She was in her drawers. And I'm just sitting in the hotel room, and I gave a shorty the number of the room I was going to be at. And I'm just chilling with Pepper. She laying down in the bed, and I'm just, chilling. I'm not even thinking about her because the shorty coming is ill. She rung the buzzer. I said, yeah, come to this room. She opened the door and saw me chilling with Pepper in her drawers. And I just came out, closed the door, and left off with shorty. And I think Soup was mad because I was late for the beginning of that show, I think. But yeah, that was one of my stories.
So you got one?
No, one thing you're never going to get out of Super Lover Cee is a story. I don't kiss and tell. And
not to be no shorty story, and just story about the music.
And I ain't hit with nothing with Pepper. We even romantically, nothing like that. We're just friends. That's the shit. We used to hang
Mike
out with Pepper,
right, Mike?
Yeah.
Say what? No. We went to school together. Nah, I was never with Pepper.
I used to drive.
I
remember driving with them in a rental car in California. We were going up shopping in the mall and shit together. We just got a rental car.
That too.
I was doing like 90 miles an hour on the fucking freeway and shit. Shit was crazy.
It was out. What was that? That was out in Long Beach, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Long Beach. Yeah,
Long Beach. Yeah, man.
Yo, watching Public Enemy perform, crazy.
Hanging out with Ice-T.
Going to his crib, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
watching NWA perform. They came with a tour bus that looked like a big ass Volkswagen buggy. It was like a black big ass tour bus spewing out some dust. And we was in California. One of their first shows was with us. Word is born.
That's crazy. Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The first show EPMD ever did was our first show we ever did, and it was promoted poorly. I think it was in Jersey, I think, and nobody showed up. We were sitting on the fucking stage.
That's when they had Kayla Boss, right?
Kayla, I don't remember. Probably. I mean, you probably would know more than me, because certain people you might be a connoisseur of hip hop, Stress. Me, I
think I still got the poster. I still got the poster for that.
Yeah, I got the poster with Kayla's in it. Yeah, Kayla Boss is in the picture. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. We were around a lot of where people's beginnings were at. You know what I'm saying? Scratch. We were around Scratch before we even probably knew he was Scratch yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We rubbed shoulders with a lot of those guys, and it was cool. You know, one of the stories I do tell is that, you know, we were actually, I think it was us and Salt and Pepper was on the first Source when it was just a one-page newsletter.
Mikey D was in that same Source.
Yeah,
he was on the charts.
He was on the
charts. I think it was I think he was like either 1 or 2. I'm not sure, but you was like
number
on the
1.
chart.
I got a photo of it. I'm gonna send that to you.
Yeah, I remember that too. We was on the same Source together. I remember that distinctly. Word is born.
Yeah, it was a one-page newsletter, man. And
little yellow
I ran into
joint.
Mike Sector, by the way.
Word is born.
Man. I ran
small
into
world,
him.
yo. It's a small fucking world. I remember Soup battling LL Cool J and Kumo D, and who else was in that hotel room with us in Long Beach?
Oh, that was a big cipher, man. That was a huge cipher. I mean, everybody was in there. Busy B, Groove B, Chill. Man, it was like a big cipher, man. But that was crazy.
And it was in a hotel room. You heard people outside.
It was in a hotel room
with their ears on the door and shit.
Oh man, it was crazy because when your turn came around, you had to be on point, man. And I gotta say, I held my own, man. I was proud of myself. I
remember Will Smith was hanging around us and shit that time and shit. We had Kadeem Harrison from what's that shit? A Different World, I think.
Different World,
Harrison.
We hung out with Kadeem.
He flew us out for a celebrity basketball tournament. He was hanging out with everybody over there. Shit was crazy, yo. Cause I was playing and shit. That shit was crazy. Christopher Williams and shit. Shit was bugged out, yo. Damn, yo. That shit is crazy, yo. I remember staying out at the no, I ain't gonna talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Easy E calls us the juvenile rape gang because we had so many bitches with us all the time. I remember throwing out somebody's clothes out in the middle of the hotel. Like it was a courtyard. In the middle was like bushy grass area, and I threw out their clothes in the middle. Shorties come out, running and shit. I ain't raped nobody.
Rud was a wild boy.
Bitches, yo. Cassanova, yo. They was coming to me. I mean, I ain't know nothing.
Cassanova Rud.
I was just doing me. I was young, on tour.
But he was like, well, Mike, because Mikey D was on the Playboy too. Playboy Mikey D, Super Level.
Oh, of course.
That's right.
Yeah. Mikey could have easily been on them tours, man. It's just a matter of rolling the dice, man. It's a rolling the dice. We got lucky. We wanted to really. We the only niggas that ain't conform to the bullshit because a lot of these niggas sold their soul. You know what I'm saying? And I think by the untimely death of Paul C, it grounded me and actually created what I needed to really be in life. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have probably been caught up with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I had my children. I concentrated on that. Soup became the man he is and shit. And, you know, I know Mikey D been through a lot of shit. And, bro, I got mad respect for where you at right now, bro, because you came back from a lot of demons, bro. And you exercised them in front of people. You was that, like, on public showing your pain. And I appreciate you doing that because that's strength for a lot of other people, bro. Look at you right now, fam. You look like you're 10 years younger right now.
Yeah.
I feel 10 years younger, man.
I know. You look good, brother. You look good.
Yes, sir. 10 years? How long you ain't drank, Mike?
It's been 8 years, going on 9.
That's excellent, bro. And I'm mad proud. You don't even need to feel no validation from nobody. You know that. But I see shit. I recognize shit, man. Energy is real, bro.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, Mike. So, Mike, I get a story, Mike. I got a story from you or something. Some story I never heard before. I know I always hear stories when I be around as people. Like, for real? I never heard that shit before. Like,
people know more stories about me than I can remember, man. There's so many of them, man. Oh, here's one. I remember we was doing the Soul Train thing with Main Source, and we was going to this club afterwards, and Redman was in the same hotel as us, and Search had went out with our limousine because he was out trying to promote Nas. And I wound up riding to the club with Redman. Redman had a rent-a-car. So I get there and I get out the car. Red is in the car, he's smoking. And some dude walked up and pulled out, I think it was some type of shotgun or some shit. He said, "You down with Daz?" He wasn't talking to me. He was talking to the dude that was in front of me. And all I remember was Redman saying, "I'm out of here. I got records to make," and took off. And I was left there by myself. Nothing happened. I wound up going in the club. Bismarck was in there DJing, and I wound up rapping with Bismarck on the turntables, just like we was in 231 Park.
Wow.
California. That's the story.
Man, that's crazy. Wow. But yeah,
I produced joints for Prodigy too. I did some joints for his HNIC joint that ain't get on the album, but I got joints that he did with Bars and Hooks. That was one of his groups, and you can listen. They call Miss Hood, and so you get anything with Bars and Hooks with Prodigy. I produced those joints.
Oh shit! All right, that's right. Prodigy.
I'm Mr. Beats. They be shouting out this dude named Mr. Beats. I'm Mr. Beats.
Yeah.
Just to let you know that on the low. A lot of people don't know I did production. And I got a kid I need y'all to check out too named Pop Mega. He died recently, like 3 years ago. His name is Pop, P-O-P, Mega, M-E-G-G-A. So
where you find his stuff, right? Where do you find Pop Mega?
You probably can't find it, but there's some joints I did that you would probably appreciate. So a lot of people don't know about it. So at least I'm just putting it out in the little time capsule we got right here. So if nobody ever heard the story, at least you got it right here. Right?
Yeah. All right, yo, I'm gonna end this episode. I thank you, brothers, man. We can still stay on. I'm gonna stop recording. Episode 13. Damn, Super Lover Cee, Cassanova Rud, Mikey D. Story.
13 is a beautiful number if you really understood the science.
That's a fact.